nice surfing waves behind us right now. They're pushing us with every little wave, pushing us closer and closer to our final destination. You can see behind us is a little unique situation where we're surrounded by fog. Definitely making it a little more challenging to navigate this canoe traditionally, because we're not even going to be able to see the sun or the stars or the moon. But we're still continuing on navigating as our ancestors have done for thousands of years.
We'll find the spot.
E la o ka poaku kamakalepo. E o la. Shout out to our cook, Gary Ewan, another excellent 5-star meal, allowing us to stay healthy and positive and keep our bodies fully nourished so that we can do the things we need to do. We just saw 3 noyo that landed on our va'a that normally are signs that we're really close to land. However, they're sitting on our va'a all night last night. It is our job as the navigators just to interpret the signs that they're showing us and adjust our course to what they're telling us to do. "31 days out of Cape Town, a couple different stops at St. Helena, Ascension, and now we're here at Island Fernando. About 4,000 miles total distance from there to here. We orient our compass based off of
Bruce's crew from Leg 16, Cape Town to Natal, Brazil, just handed over the Hōkūleʻa to Leg 17, which is taking the canoe from Natal, Brazil to St. John, U.S. Virgin Islands. The winds are averaging in the 20-knot range, so we're being pushed along at about 7 knots of speed. So we're making good speed towards our target, and like I said, the crew is doing well and everything's working as best as possible in these kind of rough conditions.
You know, a warm meal on a cold afternoon, cold evening, cold night is always what helps anybody really on any situation. No different being on the canoe here.
So we learned the old navigational ways, and that's when the Renaissance started.
We basically are a garden and kitchen program with a lot of education throughout the entire curricula here. So we're very proud of it.
The ocean is being pillaged and destroyed by mankind for many, many years now. And Hōkūleʻa's Voyage is drawing attention to this and alerting the world to get out there and do something about it.
We got a chance to visit a school, Cedar International. We gave our presentation to 100 first through 7th graders, and it was awesome.
We just left Sabre Rock in the British Virgin Islands and we're setting sail for Cuba. So far we've had really fair winds, about 15 to 18 knots.
We're in Havana, Cuba. We visited old Havana town. We visited a very enterprising organic farm where they're trying to grow food to sustain the community here.
If you come back to Cuba, you know that you have here a friend, and my farm is your farm. We always wait for you. Thank you so much.
Meeting community members, engaging in activities, and just thoroughly learning about the island culture here. We met with indigenous people, we visited a canoe museum, and we learned the story of how these islands in the Caribbean came to be settled. We've been starting out very, very early in the morning and running very, very late at night, so the crew has pretty much had their feel of Cuba. And so now we push off to Key West, Florida, and we'll be back in the United States of America by tomorrow evening.
We were in the Everglades National Park yesterday. Our first touch with the First Nations.
The same message you're bringing by water, we took by land, and we meet today. It was meant to be.
Not by chance.
Not by chance.
The Seminole tribe greeted us, as well as the National Park Service. We're just so grateful to be in Florida, the first state as we make our way up the East Coast.
We went through bridges and overpasses. We had freeways going over us. We've had wonderful community experiences, lots of families, lots of ohana here from Hawaii who've been so excited to see us and so welcoming, inviting us into their homes.
What you brought with you here today was part of this overturning into a new time, a new era of great more hope, of connection.
I think it's incredibly important that we engage with the indigenous peoples of whatever community we visit. It's a different perspective. They've been here for thousands of years, and when you get to meet them and learn about their communities, you engage in a very, very deep way about the spirit and the nature of the people who settled these lands.
On behalf of the Piscataway Indian Nation, and speaking very humbly on behalf of the Earth Mother, I wish to welcome you here.
The mission of Malama Honua is something that each of us can take and apply in our hearts and in our work every day. But what they are doing makes it real for all of us.
Your voyage is a great testament to the power of island people. Just one person, or even their family or community, may seem too small to make difference. We can be inspired by the example of this wonderful vessel, Hōkūleʻa.
Thank you for giving the time to recognize a voice from the deck of the Voyaging canoes. This is an overwhelming day.
We left New York City on Saturday and spent a beautiful night sailing over here. We're going to be connecting with the locals for the next couple of days.
Pequot means people of the shallow water. We are a coastal people. We rely on the water for survival. We feel at home in the water. And it's an honor to have you guys here to come share your culture with us and us to share ours with you.
Your successes are our successes, and every other native indigenous people's successes on this planet.
We just leaving Mystic Seaport, heading over to Martha's Vineyard, where we're going to spend the next few days hanging out with the Aquinnah Wampanoag.
We came here on this sacred canoe, the canoe that held the hopes and the dreams of us as Hawaiians. And it's important for us to greet each other in the water, so mahalo for launching your guys' canoes.
Welcome!
For we know that when we're arriving here on our canoe, it's not just those of us you see, it's all of us plus our ancestors who continue to travel on these canoes.
So the lock is basically a big bathtub with two gates on it. You open the doors to this huge bathtub, you come in, then the doors close, and it's either gonna fill with water or it's gonna let water out and it's gonna lower you down. Once you're at the proper level, then the doors open and you exit. By the end of the leg, this crew would have locked 61 times. That's 61 individual times through varying locks.
We're on our way down to Key West, Florida, at the end of the Keys. We get ready for a trek across the Caribbean. Thanks for following us, and continue to follow us at Hōkūleʻa.com. Aloha.